Okay, gonna try something a little bit different. I'm gonna bore you with some on-the-fly working on black hole playfield. Now I normally will just take a video, show you what I've done, give you a tour, but I don't know, I just thought I'd try something different and kind of walk you through the process, and may or may not be interesting. But so what I've actually done so far, if you watched previous videos, you would have seen this whole playfield was covered in some nasty overspray, and it took me quite some time, but I was able to clear it all off. I found the secret sauce was magic eraser and rubbing alcohol and elbow grease. So I've been cleaning this playfield for 2 nights now, and I've definitely spent a fair amount of time on it, but it was well worth it because this playfield is actually very nice condition overall. I also removed all the mylar from all the pop bumpers. They were pretty nasty. Let's see, do I still have them? Yeah, here's one of them. Yeah, I mean, it's a little more foggier than it would normally be because the rubbing alcohol, but I was able to yoink them out of there, and it's, you know, there's a little bit of wear under the pop bumpers, but it looks better now, that is for sure. So I scrubbed every friggin' square inch at least 2 or 3 times, maybe more, probably more. And I've already removed most of the posts and cleaned under them. Now I'm removing the posts and cleaning them themselves. Ultimately, new posts would be the best solution. Secondly, or the second best option would be buying an ultrasonic cleaner for all these plastic parts. That's something I really need to do. And third is just cleaning every single post by hand. And along the way, I want to make sure I tighten everything. Like, for example, all these posts, I get a post rubber. I take my 1/4 inch nut driver and I tighten these bad boys. Let's see, I did this one already. There's this one. There's all these guys up here. Sometimes you don't have a whole lot of space to work with, but trust me, they're all loose. It's been 40 years. You know, they don't like to stay put for that long. They're stubborn. So that's those guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like there's more somewhere. Because remember, I've already done this whole process on the first black hole. There's another guy. Oh yeah, I'll have to go in through on this side. But yeah, I wasn't really, the initial plan wasn't to do multiple black holes, but yeah, you just never know what's gonna come your way. You know what they say, be careful what you wish for sometimes. And then that's how you end up with 6.5 black holes. But that's okay, it's all fun. And yeah, makes for some pinball content too. Whether it's interesting or not, you can be the judge. So, just going to go one post at a time. Can you see all that? Yeah, looks like you can. Oh yeah, so what else I have done? See, this one is a little bit chippy, and I don't like it. So I'm going to see if I have another better condition one. And I have my box of parts. Oh, first of all, there are 2 different size posts, and you want to make sure you get the correct size. Okay, that guy looks to be in much better condition, so I will take him. And I'll just throw that other guy in the garbage. You don't really want to be using posts with chipped bottoms, right? If you can avoid it. If you have a slew of extra parts, that's the point of them, is to use them. Okay, where did I put that post? So, okay, what was I saying? One other thing I have done is take my steel wool. I'm going to show you it. My buddy Kevin gave me this steel wool, 0000 grade, and he said this is the best stuff for polishing metals. So I've been using that since he gave it to me. And I went over like these, every wire form and wire guide and wire gate, this whole big arch here. Some of these were actually a little bit, not fairly rusty, but had some rust on them. I did up here, I did here, I did here. I did them all, here, here. And it really worked very, very well. And I'm going to be doing that on every machine moving forward. I don't remember what I used to use before, but whatever it was, I don't think it was effective as this. That post is in pretty good condition. Star post, okay. At least one major issue. I wouldn't say major, but this. I don't know how well you can see that, but this is basically a gaping hole. There is one of these style posts here, and it's in the direct line of fire of the flippers. And it got beat up, and over time it bent backwards and kind of pried up the wood a little bit, so it's a little bit raised. So I'm gonna have to try and bang that down a little bit. I have a wooden block somewhere. Where is that wooden block? But yeah, wooden block would be ideal. If you don't have a wooden block, just smash your playfield with a hammer. Yeah, that is not gonna work. But I'm gonna have to like fill the hole, touch up that whole area, and probably just drill a hole beside it. Otherwise, it'll just pry up the old hole, I think. So if I move the post down a little bit, I don't want to block this opening any more than I need to though. So maybe I'll put it like right here. But I've drilled replacement post holes many a times, and yeah, it kind of sucks that you have to drill a new hole, but you know what? It solves the problem. And it's okay. It's better in the end. You're not going to want to do it on a new playfield, like one of the parts playfields that I got for a black hole. Someone literally drilled a hole right here or thereabouts. Do you see where I'm pointing to? I'm pointing to where I'm pointing. They drilled a post hole right here, stuck a post in there, and I'm presuming that is because the lower playfield wasn't working. So if you block the shot to the lower playfield, problem solved, right? So that's one instance where you do not want to drill a hole. Okay, so this guy here. So what I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do, let's pop up the drop targets. You're probably not gonna be able to see that all that well, but they're probably pretty oversprayed, yeah. So I might just replace all the drop targets in this case. I have, check this out. A couple drop targets used, and where, look at this, all kinds of black hole drop targets. So I am sure that I can either clean the overspray if it's just on the top ledge. If it's on the face, then that's a different story. You can't clean the face, the ink will come off. But between cleaning and replacement drop targets, I expect I'd have enough. Oh yeah, plus my parts playfields. There might be some drop targets on there. So that's the beauty of having all these extra black hole parts. I can just go shopping for parts in my own backyard. This post looks nice and clean. I'm not going to do that one. This one, right on the edge, I'm doing that one. So also, the overspray was on all the pop bumper caps there, the plastics. And I cleaned with magic eraser and rubbing alcohol, and it came off, but it's not like, it's a little bit faded. It just seems a little bit faded from the true blue that it was. But it's not that bad that I am motivated to change them all out. Slight bit of fade with this. Check this out. New pop bumper caps. It'll look beauty. I'm not concerned about that. So, am I done this half of the playfield? I want to make sure everything is tight. It's a good idea to tighten all these lane guides as well. This is a little clip here that holds this lane guide, and you can see that's just a little bit loose. I'll tighten that guy up. This is the backstop for the saucer. It's not called a backstop. Forget what it's called at the moment. But that thing, tighten it. Here, I don't know if you can see this. Someone actually made one of these clips that go on the rails here. And they did a good job. It's actually a pretty good job. I have more clips on my parts playfields, but I don't see any reason to change this. This is actually, yeah, I'm happy with that. Nice job, whoever did that. Okay, I don't think I tightened this Siamese post. So that means this half of the playfield is all done with posts. So I think what I will do is probably not bore you with doing the other side. Once I finish that, then maybe I'll see if there's some more interesting points to make. Or none at all. Who knows? This is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, I do believe I have every post cleaned and tightened. Had to drill a little bit of a hole for this guy for whatever reason to get him to bite, but I can't put these guys in all the way yet because I need a light bulb, clean the switch, rubber, then the plastic goes underneath here, so I can't tighten those guys all the way just yet, but I think this guy's resolved. Now I'm going to move on to lamp sockets. So here's my wire brush. It's getting a little worse for wear. This is what it looks like new. So I think it's time to get rid of this guy. You can buy these, I don't know, I bought these on eBay, like a 10 pack for 15 bucks shipped or something like that. This is an amazing tool. Or a bit anyway. It's convenient for many a thing. And let's show you why. Well, we're going to do all the playfield GI. Actually, let's just make sure that you can see what's going on here. All right. Here we go. Whoa, that's fast. Actually, you can go in slow and then speed it up if you like, because then you're not catching the playfield so much on high speed. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I forgot going in slow. Takes too much time. I think that's almost been all. Okay, that's good. And now you can also do playfield switches. Polishes these up nicely. Oh yeah. Goes from black to shiny. I do that for all my playfield switches. The high voltage switches may need a little more love, but let's see how these guys come up today. You can tell they're high voltage because they're bigger nubs on them. And you know what? I think they're coming out just fine and dandy. It's okay if the wire brush touches your fingers, it doesn't take your skin off. Okay, did I miss anything? I got this guy, these guys, this guy, and then there's a couple more on the other side. Yeah. I just love this this bit. I use it all the time. And then I think we're down to this guy here. Well, you know what you can also do if you find a little bit of rust on any of your metal post, you can just give this a little wrap around. If you just have a little corrosion, a little rust. The plastics are actually going to cover all that anyway, but I've done that before. There's just a little bit of white corrosion, comes off in no time. Okay, so for the, I'm going to do the pop bumper sockets as well, but I'll show you something else. But first I'm going to do this. Yeah, that's going pretty well, actually. Uh-oh. Oh, I caught ya. That was close. Sorry about that. I will have to be a little more careful about that. Okay, so all the sockets and switches are done except these guys here. It's a little harder to get your Dremel into that tight space, so I use sandpaper for that. One moment. sometimes when you're cleaning inside the pop bumper lamp sockets, those metal tabs at the bottom kind of bend out of the way with the force of the Dremel. So just square those back up. And I often like take a little kind of pointy Dremel bit and just go straight to the bottom of the pop bumpers and get that metal tab at the bottom. But the brush actually did a pretty good job, so I think that'll be just fine and dandy. So I need some sandpaper. This is 600 grit, so it's more paper than it is sand, right? So I'm not too concerned about removing the gold plating that's on there. This is 600 grit. It's fine. So after this, all switches will be addressed, all posts, playfield cleaned, all metals cleaned pretty much. Oh, I should clean the spinner itself. Could use some of the steel wool on that. Maybe we'll try that out. Looks like a little bit of overspray. Maybe not. Maybe that was just the angle, actually. No, it looks good. It's a little squeaky. I'll lube that up. Okay, so all lamp sockets and switches are done. So now, what do we want to do next? Let's see here. I don't see any reason why I can't put this on. Okay. Uh-oh, gotta stop doing that. One has overspray on it, and if I were to try and wipe it off, I'd lose the paint. So I removed this, stole this one from the parts playfield, and yeah, it has a ridge right here that you can see that the paint is gone, but the apron, that's where it rests, and that's why it's worn, and you will not see that when the apron is back on. So can you see that? Turn this a little bit for you. I don't have enough hands. I got screws in one hand, two of these shooter gauges in another, camera stand in another, and screwdriver now. So, cleaned up all this area here. These guys are nice and beauty. This wire gate was popped out. I may have just done that through cleaning, but it is back in its place. I removed this metal piece and polished that with the steel wool. It also had overspray on it, and now it does not. So what is the next step is the question. What do we want to do next? I don't want to get into rubbers yet because I do want to do some playfield touch-ups. If I do some playfield touch-ups, what extent do I want to do them? That is the question. I don't actually, this playfield is mostly Mylard. My other black hole was not. So that means only touch-ups that I would have to do would just be outside the Mylard area, so that's a bonus. And then if I were to clear coat over top of my touch-ups, I would just basically kind of do spot clear because on the other black hole I had to clear coat the entire playfield multiple times just with a brush in order to make it look uniform and nice. But say I want to touch up this ledge here, I could just clear coat over top of that. Do I want to go and try and touch up all these areas? like there's so many different blues here. It may not look that good, but it may look better than just a bunch of wood. At least the black areas. Let's just do that. Let's go for it. I have 2 different size black paint markers. Here is the thin one. I like my thicker one. Actually, I think I'm going to be running low on this guy. This is the thicker of the 2. Give it a shake. And away we go. It's just a simple, oh, it looks like, yeah, I remember this. On my other black hole, I had to do a couple coats because it just needs it. It's not going on like perfect coat first time. Probably like, I don't know, the rubbing alcohol I used, even though I cleaned it off 10 times with water, it's still probably soaked into the wood. But that's a start. I'll let that dry. Give that another coat. And then this is basically all black, so I don't really see any harm in touching this up. It's just the multiple, I already got my hand in the wet area. It's the multiple colors of blue that I can really make look worse if I start getting into that. I mean, I'll show you the other black hole, or you will be able to see that in the last video. Actually, I did touch-ups. It looked better than having bare wood, but it didn't look amazing, and I'm not going to color match the 3 different shades of blue-gray there and get that perfect. So that's where you have to decide. Leave it or F with it. And probably gonna leave it, I think. I don't know, I change my mind from time to time. But my other black hole had so much more wear along this window. It's a luxury having it have so minimal wear. This isn't necessarily fully dry yet, but this coat looks like it's going on pretty good. So I have to find me a good window. Let's take a look for fun. Okay, window number 1. We want to look for busted corners. Hey, there's no busted corners on there. Ooh, that's a good candidate. Window number 2, busted corner. Window number 3, no busted corners. But it looks a little more scratchy than window number 1. But that is good to know that I have 2 good options, and Novus 2 would probably clear out a lot of the scratches. So, boom. I was a little concerned I may have not had a good window, but looks like I do. Okay, any other touch-ups I want to do? I mean, I had to do a lot on the other playfield. This is a luxury that I don't have to do so much. I will do this, but not until I'm finished dealing with that post and filling that hole with some filler and flattening it out. Oh, maybe what I'll do is kind of Dremel out the raised area, flatten it down, then I can do a nice flat coat of wood filler over top of it all, and then I'm going to have to do some touch up there for sure, because that'll look dumb. I don't think I want to tackle that right now though. So what else do I want to tackle? Well, let me think about that, and we'll see if there's anything more that I'm going to post tonight or not. If not, thanks for watching, and if I do continue posting, then we'll see what happens. Okay, here's something worth noting. Let me grab a couple things. So, where did it go? Oh, it's in my hand. This post is here, and what was in that post was this screw. And I was just looking at my other black hole, because I was like, oh wait, this is a tall post compared to the short post. Stuff you have to pay attention to. There's a reason why they went with different sizes. So I went and looked over there, see what was going on over there, and it's for this lane guide. This lane guide goes like so, and it's just a little higher to have clearance for the switch. What was in there was this. I checked my other black hole and my other black hole playfield, and this is not the correct part that goes in there. What is supposed to go in there is this style, and then it fits all together nicely and looks like that. There's no need for the extra threads on the top, so that's how it's supposed to go. So I went and grabbed a screw from my box, and I found, look, see how many threads are coming out of that? Like 3. That is not going to catch. So that's probably why they put in the other post, thinking that it would go in further, but it is not any longer. So what I did was grabbed the 2 long posts out of the parts playfield, which is right there, and you will see, whoa, the screws are longer. So you have to choose the right hardware wisely, or else it just ain't gonna bite. So now that I have that and that, I should be good to go, because this post hole here was actually one that was loose, so I'm gonna have to fix that up and see if I can get this screw to bite into there once I fix that up. So that is what I'm working on right now. Okay, I think we're gonna do one more last thing tonight and then call it a night. I did install light bulbs throughout the playfield, and then I cleaned up this gate here and all its parts. I was missing this piece, but found one on the parts playfield, so time to reassemble the gate. So shoot, this is where I might be needing do I need rubber? Do I need post rubbers? No, because the posts are nowhere where the ball gets to, right? So I think these did not have post rubbers. Now this, which way does this go? This way or this way? Huh? I feel like it goes this way, but I'm gonna go run and look at my machine real quick. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. My machine has it this way, so that's the way we're gonna do it. Not sure it makes that much of a difference. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Because you have to feed this spring through there, and then that has to go in the hole here. Maybe it doesn't make a difference, but I bet it does. I'll just fight with myself all night. Okay, so lucky. So far, so good. And the washer goes on this side, and the non-washer goes on this side. Okay, I need my screw McDriver. It's nice when you have the playfield in the machine, then you can test all your light bulbs and sockets before, you know, proceeding. But can't when I'm on the rotisserie. So you just gotta address it once you finally install it and plug it in to the cabinet. Okay, yeah. Oh, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, okay. So nice to have had that gate. I even had a spare, just in case. I probably have a couple spares, but that is all happy now. So tomorrow, I think what we're gonna do is deal with this hole and then rubber the machine, and then probably save this window for later so I don't dirty it up after I make it all nice and clean. But yeah, I think that is a good ending point for the night. Some pretty good progress. Oh, and then I can finish this guy off too. 'Cause remember, these guys are loose. Need to clean up that lane guide, put on some rubbers. Now my switch is clean. And then, actually, a rubber, not rubbers. And then secure that. Check that off the list. All right, well, hope that was somewhat entertaining. Thanks for watching. We'll see you probably tomorrow.